In the vast and intricate tapestry of classical music, few figures loom as large as Ludwig van Beethoven. Born in an era of powdered wigs and courtly etiquette, Beethoven's music transcended the confines of his time. His genius, like a bolt of lightning, illuminated the path for generations of composers to come. This is the story of the man who, even in the face of extraordinary adversity, reshaped the landscape of music forever. Beethoven's journey began in the quaint German city of Bonn in 1770. Music was in his blood. His grandfather was a respected musician, and his father, though a harsh and demanding figure, was his first music teacher. Young Ludwig's talent was undeniable. He learned to play the violin and piano, showing promise that hinted at the genius within. However, his childhood was far from idyllic. His father, battling alcoholism, pushed him relentlessly, hoping to mold him into a child prodigy like Mozart. At the tender age of 12, Beethoven was already working as an assistant court organist, shouldering responsibilities that belied his youth. The lure of Vienna, the musical heart of Europe, proved irresistible. This city, with its rich cultural heritage and vibrant artistic community, was a beacon for musicians and composers from all over the continent. In 1792, at the age of 22, Beethoven embarked on a journey that would shape his destiny. Leaving behind the familiar surroundings of Bonn, he ventured into the unknown, driven by an insatiable desire to immerse himself in the epicenter of musical innovation. Vienna was a city teeming with musical giants: Mozart, Haydn, and Salieri. These luminaries had already left an indelible mark on the world of music, and their presence in Vienna created an atmosphere charged with creative energy and competition. Beethoven, eager to absorb the city's vibrant musical scene, wasted no time in seeking out these masters. He attended concerts, participated in musical salons, and engaged in spirited discussions with fellow musicians, all in a bid to refine his craft and expand his horizons. He studied briefly with Haydn, but their personalities clashed. Haydn's structured and methodical approach to composition often conflicted with Beethoven's more impulsive and innovative style. Beethoven, fiercely independent and brimming with revolutionary ideas, chafed under the older composer's more traditional approach. This tension, however, only fueled his determination to forge his own path and develop a unique voice in the world of music. Yet Vienna provided fertile ground for his talent to blossom. The city's dynamic cultural scene offered endless opportunities for performance and collaboration, allowing Beethoven to experiment and grow as an artist. He quickly gained recognition as a virtuoso pianist, renowned for his improvisational skills and passionate performances. Audiences were captivated by his ability to convey deep emotion through his music, and his reputation as a formidable talent spread rapidly throughout Vienna and beyond. Just as Beethoven's star was ascending, tragedy struck. A persistent ringing in his ears, first noticed in his late 20s, began to worsen. The diagnosis was devastating: progressive hearing loss. For a musician, the loss of hearing is a cruel and unimaginable fate. Beethoven, a man accustomed to expressing himself through sound, was now being slowly enveloped by silence. Despair threatened to consume him. He contemplated withdrawing from society altogether, ashamed of his affliction. Section 5. Symphonies of Struggle and Triumph. But Beethoven was not one to surrender to despair. Despite the overwhelming challenges he faced, he continued to push the boundaries of his art. His spirit was unyielding, and his passion for music remained undiminished. In a letter known as the Heiligenstadt Testament, penned in 1802, he poured out his anguish and frustration. This document, written to his brothers, revealed the depth of his suffering and the profound impact his hearing loss had on his life and work. Yet he also expressed a fierce determination to overcome his condition and create art that would move the world. And overcome he did. Beethoven's resolve to transcend his limitations became a driving force behind his most innovative compositions. Beethoven's deafness, while a source of immense suffering, became a crucible in which his genius was forged anew. He experimented with new techniques and forms, pushing the boundaries of what music could express. His music, once characterized by elegance and restraint, now took on a raw emotional power. This transformation was evident in the intensity and complexity of his later works, which resonated deeply with audiences. It was as if he was channeling his struggle against fate into every note he wrote. Each composition became a testament to his resilience and his unwavering commitment to his art. This period marked the birth of some of his most celebrated works. The Fifth Symphony, with its iconic four-note motif, and the Ninth Symphony, with its triumphant Ode to Joy, are just a few examples of the masterpieces he created during this time. The Third Symphony, originally dedicated to Napoleon Bonaparte, but later retitled Eroica to reflect Beethoven's disillusionment with the French leader, was a testament to heroism and the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity. This symphony, with its bold and innovative structure, marked a turning point in Beethoven's career and in the history of classical music. It was a powerful statement of his artistic vision and his belief in the transformative power of music. Section 6. Moonlight and the Power of Piano. The piano, an instrument capable of both delicate nuance and thunderous power, became Beethoven's weapon in his battle against silence. He poured his heart and soul into the instrument, composing sonatas and concertos that pushed the boundaries of what was considered possible. The Moonlight Sonata, with its haunting first movement, captured the imagination of audiences and cemented his reputation as a master of the piano. The piece, named Moonlight Sonata, not by Beethoven himself, but by a poet years after his death, evokes a sense of longing and ethereal beauty. Section 7. The Revolutionary Eroica. The Eroica Symphony, a monumental work that broke free from the conventions of the classical era, heralded the dawn of Romanticism in music. Beethoven's deafness, far from hindering his creativity, seemed to fuel it. His music became bolder, more dramatic, and infused with a profound sense of struggle and triumph. He experimented with dissonance and expanded the traditional structure of the symphony, creating works that were both intellectually stimulating and emotionally resonant. Section 8. Love, Loss, and the Immortal Beloved. Beethoven's personal life was marked by a series of passionate but ultimately unfulfilled relationships. He fell in love several times, but his social awkwardness and his growing deafness made it difficult for him to maintain lasting connections. The identity of his immortal beloved, to whom he addressed a series of ardent love letters, remains one of music history's most enduring mysteries. This unrequited love, while a source of sorrow for Beethoven, may have also fueled his artistic fire. Section 9. A Legacy Forged in Sound. As his hearing deteriorated, Beethoven withdrew further into himself, yet his creative output never waned. He produced some of his most profound and innovative works in his later years, including the majestic Ninth Symphony with its iconic Ode to Joy chorus, a powerful testament to the unity and brotherhood of humanity. His late string quartets, considered by many to be his most personal and profound works, explored the depths of human emotion with an intensity rarely matched in Western music. Section 10. Beethoven's Echo Through Time. Beethoven's impact on music was seismic. He shattered the mold of the classical era, paving the way for the Romantic period and influencing generations of composers. His symphonies, piano sonatas, and string quartets remain cornerstones of the classical repertoire, performed and celebrated worldwide. But his legacy extends far beyond the concert hall. Beethoven's music has permeated popular culture, appearing in countless films, television shows, and commercials. His themes have been adapted and reinterpreted by musicians across genres, from jazz to rock and roll. Section 11. Conclusion. The Enduring Genius. Beethoven's story is one of extraordinary talent, unwavering determination, and the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. Born in Bonn in 1770, he showed prodigious musical talent from a young age, quickly mastering the piano and violin. His early compositions hinted at the genius that would later define his legacy. Even as deafness robbed him of his hearing, he continued to create music that spoke to the depths of the human experience. His struggle with hearing loss began in his late 20s, but rather than succumbing to despair, Beethoven channeled his frustrations into his work, producing some of his most profound pieces during this period. His music, like a timeless echo, continues to resonate with audiences centuries after his death. From the powerful symphonies to the delicate sonatas, each note carries the weight of his emotional journey, touching the hearts of listeners around the world. His Ninth Symphony, with its iconic Ode to Joy, remains a universal anthem of hope and unity. It reminds us that even in the face of life's greatest challenges, the human spirit, driven by passion and fueled by creativity, can triumph. Beethoven's life and work serve as a testament to the resilience and potential within us all, encouraging us to pursue our dreams despite the obstacles we may face. Ludwig van Beethoven, the Titan of harmony, left behind a legacy that continues to inspire and uplift the world. His contributions to music are not just historical footnotes, but living, breathing works of art that continue to influence and inspire musicians and audiences alike. His genius endures, a beacon of artistic brilliance and human perseverance.